Hi, and welcome to Tony's Cool Tools. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a forestry tool that's used extensively in Europe, but here in the US, you won't find many people using it. Not certain why, because it's an awesome tool. Stay tuned and see how I use it. So here's the tool I'm referring to. It's called an RH pusher or a tree jack, and it's made by the Reipal company. That's R-E-I-P-A-L. And they're based out of southern Sweden and are known for making high-quality tools for loggers and arborists, as well as first responders. And the company has been around since 1984. The other thing I found very impressive is that the RH pusher was approved by the Safety Department of Sweden. That's very similar to OSHA here in the United States, and we all know how hard it is to get approval from them. So this tool has many different names. Tree jack is just one of them. The other one is RH pusher or timber tool. Regardless of what you call it, it's an awesome tool to use. It's gotten me out of many jams in the past and has pushed over a lot of trees, including leaners, and I don't have to use any wedges, and I'm not pinching my bar anymore on the chainsaw. Now, I haven't eliminated using ropes on problem trees, but the tree pusher seems to push over a lot of trees that I don't need the rope anymore. Now, I've been using a tree pusher for over 6 years now. Not this specific model. I have the RH2, or I had the RH2. And as many of you who follow my channel know, I'm a one-man operation. So anything that makes my job easier or safer, I'm all about it. So one of the main purposes for this tool is directional felling, and it does that by using mechanical advantage. The Model 1 offers 20-to-1 ratio on mechanical advantage, while the number 6 here offers 50-to-1 mechanical advantage. That turns you into a superhuman. So let's go through the specs on these RH pushers. There are 6 different models. The model number 1 RH pusher has capacity of 3,300 pounds of pushing power. And if you go to the Model 6, it has 7,900 pounds of pressure, or pushing power, that is. So you're almost talking 4 tons of force that you can push over. And as far as how much it weighs, the Model 6 weighs 53 pounds, whereas the model number 1 weighs 26 pounds. Now naturally, this isn't anything you want to lug through the woods with you every single day, but if you have some trees that you really need pushed in a specific direction, this is the tool you want. So to carry or transport the pusher, the models 1 through 3 have a sling that goes around here and you put it on your shoulder. And the models 4 through 6 have this handle right here that you carry. So in the collapsed or travel position, the tool is 54 inches in length. And in the fully extended position, it's 106 inches in length. That's a lot of pushing power. So starting at the bottom, it has this plate with these turned down feet here that dig into the ground when you're cranking the mechanism up. And it's made up of both square and round tubing for the bottom and the top parts. And the pusher is powder coated and has awesome welds, and the fit and finish is flawless. And it uses a steel braided cable when you're cranking the top up. The claw here that digs into the tree is wicked sharp with those 4 teeth. And to get your additional length, this telescopes here by pulling this pin out, raising it until you see the little groove. And this now is the first extension. So I removed both the front and the rear guards so I can show you how truly heavy duty these gears are here, both on the front and on the back side. So with the braided cable and the metal gears, you have 165 pounds of cranking power here. I don't know of too many people that have that much strength to crank something that powerful. So the other neat thing about the RH pusher is the fact that this handle here folds for transportation so it doesn't snag anything and has a smaller profile. Now this tool is extremely easy to operate. All you do to raise it is crank this. This mechanism here stops it from coming back, and when you're through, there's an internal mechanism, no cams to turn or switch off. Just push it backward, and this lowers the top pole. So occasionally you might have a job where the tree is too close here, whether you have a house right next to you or whatever, and this handle interferes with the tree. You can easily solve that problem by just moving the head with the claw 90 degrees. Let me move that over. Repositioning this. Now the handle is this way and you can crank up. Earlier I had mentioned that first responders use this type of a tool. Reipal makes a version of this called the stable lift. And it's used to stabilize a vehicle if it's on its side or they have to lift it up. They have plenty of power to lift the vehicle up, almost like our high lift jack. Now the RH Pusher 2 and 3 have removable heads, so this claw comes out and you could put different accessories on here. So you can do construction jobs like stabilizing beams or straightening a beam out or just holding the beam in place while you're working. And with additional accessories, the Model 2 and 3 also can be converted into lifting logs by the end grain with a bar that comes on this unit. So I took you through all the specs on the RH Pusher as well as the Reipal company. So now let me show you how this works. We're going to push this tree over and show you how this works in a directional felling type of job. So in setting up the pusher, you want to make sure that the ground is nice and firm, and if it isn't, you need to get a piece of wood like a 2x6 or a 2x10 and put it right on the bottom. But this ground right here is pretty good. I won't have any problems setting up the pusher. I've already extended the top part here, and the claw will dig right into the tree here with no problem. And now all I'm going to do is give it a couple of cranks, and we're ready to make our face cut. Okay, let's make our face cut now. I'm using my Stihl MS462. Normally I like using the plunge cut, but in this instance I'm just going to do a standard back cut, leave myself about a 1-inch hinge, and then use the tree pusher and crank it over onto the prairie area here. Now we do have a wind coming in this direction, which is opposite of what I'm trying to push, and normally you wouldn't want to do that, but with the tree pusher I have no problems. So I left a little bit more than an inch of hinge on this. Let me show you how easy it is to push this over now. And that's it. I actually left a larger hinge here, almost 2 to 3 inches, to show you how you can push over a tree even with that large of a hinge. So here are the benefits of the tree pusher. First, no more pinched bars on your chainsaw when you're making the back cut. Second, I seldom use any wedges except on large trees to make sure that the kerf is opened on either side. Third, it's great for leaners. You can push a tree over in the direction you want. And lastly, it's awesome for directional felling. Put the tree down where you want it. So here are the new kids on the block. In an effort not to make this video super long, I'm going to review these two log tongs by Reipal in a future video. In a couple, 2-3 weeks, I'll be having it. You're going to want to come back. They're pretty cool. So it's been awesome working with the folks from Reipal in Sweden. However, they do have a US distributor here, or a dealer that supplies these parts. And that's Viking Mountain Toolworks in Iowa. I'll have all the contact information for both Reipal and Viking Mountain Toolworks in the info section below. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up as well. And remember, pass it forward, make the world a better place. And don't be a tool, watch Tony's Cool Tools. Until I see you next time, have a great one. And remember, come back for the review on the log tongs.